What is up YouTube, and welcome to this Resident Evil Netflix video. Well, you're asking probably, is it good? Well, if you wanted a CWification of Resident Evil, well then yeah, you're gonna like it. But really, it's absolutely atrocious. I have, as of writing this, Monday the 11th of July, watched 4 episodes of Resident Evil, and Netflix provided the first 4 episodes, and I will not be watching the rest. I'm a fan of Resident Evil, not the biggest out there, but I played the majority of the games 0, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, Gun Survivor, and that weird Umbrella Squad shooter game, as well as the Revelations things on 3DS and the second one on Xbox One. I've watched countless lore videos from people more knowledgeable than me on the subject, and I can safely say this. This is one of the worst adaptations I've ever seen. Why won't I watch the rest? Well, I've seen what they did with Cowboy Bebop, and having watched the first 4, I'm pretty confident they will not be able to redeem this part of turd. If 4 of the episodes are absolutely atrocious, then the season's atrocious. You can't just come back like you're in Game 6 of the NBA Finals. What do you think of when you hear Resident Evil? I think of Raccoon City, Jill, Chris, Wesker, but the show here is following Albert Wesker and his 2 kids in quotes. It seems that the Raccoon City incident did happen, I think, and this show is set sometime after this with Wesker and his 2 daughters. Now, I don't get why they've decided just to move on to this story, especially as the movies themselves didn't accurately tell the games, and this even features one of the actors from one of their movies. Maybe it's on me, but I expected a Resident Evil story following STARS, or maybe even the BSAA, and the wider story of Raccoon City or Leon Kennedy. From the trailer, I thought, okay, maybe this is going to be like a prologue story. I mean, Preacher, the show, told its own story to introduce the characters, and it worked for the final season. However, here we have skipped past 3 games worth of content. Well, the fans know and love these stories, and they're just out with the bathwater. Characters like Ada Wong, Leon, Jill, Claire, bye! Raccoon City is now New Raccoon City, following Wesker returning to the Umbrella Corporation. The question I ask myself when a trailer comes out and it's not following the story, will this new story be good? Many of you said, just wait till Halo finishes, they're going to tell the story, and lo and behold, they did not. It was a trash fire, and I wish it never existed, and it spat on the fans who supported the franchise. I guess Resident Evil fans were watching us Halo fanboys like that first time meme. Now, we follow Wesker's kids, Jade and Billy. Yep, she looks like she's taken inspiration from another famous Billy, but okay. Also, Wesker has returned after some time and is working on Joy, which is a T-virus infused antidepressant, which is not going well. Most of the show follows Jade and Billy adjusting to this new location and growing mystery of what's up with the kids and why they were made. The show also follows Jade in the future, where she's alone in Europe and the T-virus has infected like 6 billion people. The show will have a moment with the sisters and it will flip back to the future and vice versa. It's almost like every other scene is a flash forward or flash back. I usually wait to see how the show progresses, but by episode 1's end, I knew that this show was DOA. The kids go to a CWified school, and the bullying of Billy is bordering comical. Written and directed, I could not stop laughing. Now, in the future, Jade experiments on the zombies, or she calls them Zeros, but he's being hunted by Umbrella, and it's clear these 2 storylines are connected, with it unraveling what happened in the past to cause this apocalyptic future. There is precious little in the way of Resident Evil adaptation, minus Wesker, Umbrella, and the virus. The bait and switch with adaptations these days really needs to end. I know some may say we've played the games, why do you want that story again? Well, listen, dummy, it's in a different medium. The show can tell things a different way. It's why they adapt plays into movies, so you can expand upon it. We have callbacks such as Zombie Dogs, the Chainsaw People from 4, which I'm itching to play that remake, and a blind zombie, which I can't remember the name of. I said I'm not the biggest font of all knowledge for this game series. It's like the show's writers and creators wanted just to make their own show, get the cash using the Resident Evil name, and tell their own subpar story. The show itself is a mystery as the kids try to work out what their dad is working on. And yes, that dude was, like I said, in the first movie, and apparently he had no idea that the film was based on a game, which, if you wanted to know the level of phoning it in is going on here, well, that's that. Quite hilariously, one of his daughters is vegan and is furious the company is experimenting on animals. No spoilers, but just look to the opening of 28 Days Later for the reason things get bad in New Raccoon City. I'm not joking. The acting and writing is amateur at best, as both the kids are immensely unlikable. Enough for me just wanting to stop watching. I'm not sure who thought making two annoying kids front and centre of a franchise that has some of the most beloved characters of all time, but here we are. Overall, it's another bland Netflix show and Resident Evil in name only. Each character is pure cringe, and it's wild to me that Netflix can put out Umbrella Academy, Squid Game while making this absolute tripe. It is atrocious. Don't waste your time. I'm probably never going to get a media screener again, but I just had to tell you the truth, because if no one tells you the truth, you're going to waste 8 hours or so watching this absolute rubbish.